Hello, my name is Daniel Ferguson. Today we're going to go over basic punches, and then I'm going to show you one technique that's very useful. And one thing to keep in mind with techniques in general, like the kicks eventing, the more you practice it on a bob or punching bag in general, the better you'll get at it. Your goal is to be less telegraphed, because it'll make it way easier to land your punch on someone. Because if you're like, that's not a good idea. Even with a jab, it could be telegraphed where they can tell you're about to do one. It's basically what telegraphing means. They can see that you're about to do it, but you want to get fast enough and good enough at the technique. You can't really tell. When you're practicing, before you're punching, you don't want to be all loose. So then, once you actually hit your target, it's way harder. Because if I just go versus if I go, it's kind of like when you're falling in a sudden stop in a lot of ways, because you can make it travel faster, but then it gets hard at the end. But when you do simple jab, which is off your front foot, stand off your front, so you get your hips and everything into it. You twist your front foot a bit to get as much power as possible from a jab. Then there's cross, which comes off your back. Boom, boom, boom. You can technically get more power off of from this one because it comes from your back. But I personally recommend starting with your front foot forward with your dominant hand at first. Get good with your dominant hand. Once you're good at that, practice both sides, because you want to be good at both sides. Be able to generate as much power as one another. But for the most part, whatever your dominant side is, you start with that dominant side, so you get more power. So then there's hook. This one is probably going to be harder to not telegraph, but you have to keep practicing it. Like I said, with any art technique, and you're not going to be able to tell them that you're about to do it. You just do it. Then undercut. Just go right here at the chin. Then also feints. If they start blocking something you did, you do that exact same thing, except you're not actually going to do it. It's going to be a feint to do something else. Let's say they think you're about to go like this, go on the other side instead. You still start doing the action this, and they think you're about to hit them in the head. They still do, but just on the other side. Very easy. Or just do a different technique. You can even do elbows if you're in close enough range. So you just put it all together. And then you can even add this with kicks. Boom, boom, boom. Then the technique, let's talk about that's very powerful, where you can still get enough power off your front. So how you do it is, instead of having your fist like this, it's like this. It's a technique Bruce Lee originally developed. Call it lead punch. And you want it to be aimed upwards so you don't break your wrist when doing it with that alignment. Then it's like fencing, because you're going out. You're going to put you're putting your hips into the technique and twisting your front foot if they're just right in front of you like this. So you can see it. An advantage of this as well is you can get it out a lot faster than a normal jab. So no matter how fast I get a normal jab, I can't get as fast as. Then you will get, because of the advantages of it, you practice it a lot. It becomes deadly, especially if you're doing the right exercises and stuff alongside it. It gets really deadly. But also you could add blocking of it, like, so then they don't hit you. Because some people might actually be fast enough to react, especially if you're at the start of it and you just develop it and it's not very good. It's faster, but not fast enough where most people aren't going to be able to react to it. So you have to practice a lot. Another variant is you just step and push off of your back leg and do the same thing. So I'm at a great further distance away. And even if I wait out like this, in this position, I'm not going to be able to reach him. But then you can also, instead of aiming at their face, you can aim really anywhere. This thing's like 300 pounds. I'm probably like 165 or something like that. That's from the technique. But then also the strength of everything I'm training. And the practice I've had of it, not as much as others, but I got more practice than you currently have with it. So then if I do same thing, but just I'm standing here, aiming towards the torso. Now let's say I just did a normal jab. Let's see what happened, even if I did as powerful as I can. You see how it just basically wobbled. But then I do it, the lead punch. It rockets back quite well. And it really rockets back when I jump. When I jump. Step forward and push off of my back leg. So this technique is very powerful when you're actually in a self-defense kind of thing. You have your hands up, you're right in front of them, not too high, but just like this. And try to get good at practicing not being in a stance, so don't look like you're in a stance, so they won't think anything suspicious of you. So then they'll get caught off guard when you're able to defend yourself. Once you notice they start getting too aggressive, that's when you can attack. So you want to intercept them. Make sure they're not able to get you. Because if they start getting on you already, that's not going to be a good thing for you. There's many ways you can intercept. Would you just have your foot on your knee, or right below it, or just stop with your foot, or just straight up punch him in the face. But a good thing about the lead punch is you can get out so fast that, like, try to knock him out. Aim for a good spot then. Knock him out. But then to actually be more specific on the details that help you with self-defense. I'll make another video on that, but that's just covering it just a little bit. Yeah, so what we covered, boom, 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 boom. Then the feints, boom, 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 boom. And the more you practice it, the less telegraphed you'll be. And the more power and speed you will get with the technique. Better, you'll be better at it in general. And it will be like second nature. You won't be like, no, you'll just be able to do it. Just do it. And then just the lead punch. Basically, when it's just off the front, if they're right in front of you, put your whole shoulder into it. Have your fist slightly aimed up, or the one-way step. Well, I gotta get this a little closer for that punch. You could either aim face, chest. Right. And that's the basics of punching you're going to be learning. And that you've learned. Make sure to practice those consistently. Add up your kicks, even shadow box alongside that, which is just pretend there's an opponent there, punching in the air. Pretty much, that's what it is. Do the hard work, especially if you don't feel like it.